Welcome to an Experiment with Self podcast series. I'm Savni and I am excited to introduce Teresa. Her powerful journey to health started after a life changing accident. She was told that her health issues were irreversible. Teresa took charge and found healing through natural methods. Now, at the age of 70, she's feeling better than ever. Get ready to hear her inspiring story and the incredible insights she has to share with us. Let's dive in. Your journey of transformation and resilience is truly inspiring, and I believe it will resonate deeply with everyone tuning in. And also, the work you are doing, you are helping so many of your clients to heal. That is inspiring again. So let's start. Could you share a little bit about your background? What first led you to explore natural healing? How did you understood that some natural healing was required? There are a lot of things over here, so take it as you want to tell us. And what were the initial health challenges you faced? How you came to know? So yeah, you can start. Yeah.
Well, thank you for having me. I do appreciate your time. Today is my 70th birthday, and I'm happy to say that I feel better now than I have in 10 years. So, what started this and what started me on my journey was a pretty bad car accident in 2018. I was rear ended from behind and then pushed my car into oncoming traffic and was hit head on. So I had a lot of injuries. I had a traumatic brain injury. When I got to the hospital, blood pressure, everything was out of whack. And the doctors told me that I was a walking heart attack or stroke. So that really kind of woke me up. It's like, what, So I went to the doctors. They put me on medicine for diabetes, metformin, cholesterol medicine, high blood pressure medicine, and I actually felt worse taking these medicines than I did before. Metformin just causes all kinds of intestinal issues, stomach, sleepless, causes insomnia. That's a horrible medication. And I went to my doctor and asked them, how do I reverse type 2 diabetes? How do I reverse this? And I was told by 4 doctors that I would never reverse it. That once you're type 2 diabetic, you're diabetic for life. And me being the type of person that I am, tell me no, and I'm going to prove you're wrong. I mean, it's the way I've been my whole life. I've been a rebel. Tell me I can't do something, and I'll say, just watch me. So I started doing research. I also interviewed many doctors, and I found this woman doctor. Her name is Dr. Nishi. And when I told her what my plans were, that I wanted to reverse my type 2 diabetes, she was very supportive. She said she would do anything in her power to help me achieve those levels. And so I've been going to her now for 2.5 years. And she's always been very supportive. And that's what I suggest to anyone and everyone. Get a doctor that is supportive of the challenges that you want to look at for your health. So during my research, that's when I found the course for holistic health practitioner, and that's what I'm working on becoming. And I learned about all the healing herbs and spices, and I learned that our bodies are exactly what we put into them: mind, body, and soul. And it's a big picture. It's not just what you eat, it's what you read, it's what you put into your environment that affects everything. I've always been a very positive person and never liked being around people with the doom and gloom and all of that. I've always been a very up person, so it was really easy for me to grasp the thing of meditation. I don't go a day without meditation. I tell people meditation is a chance, an opportunity for your brain to cleanse itself and heal yourself from within. And I don't care, I'm not particularly a religious person, but I'm a spiritual person. I believe there is a higher being, and that I believe in the university with energy. I believe very much that what you push out, you get back. So I always tell people, if you ever realized how what a negative thought does to your mind and body, you would never think bad again, ever.
Were you
So
meditating before getting diagnosed with
no,
this
I
very
didn't do any of this stuff. No. My typical day starts with getting up, taking care of my dogs. I've got two pit bulls, very spoiled dogs, and make put my coffee over, do all that stuff that I need to do, and then I sit down with my coffee on my front porch and I do my meditation and I do my visualization. And I stress this to everyone: sit and think about the perfect day in the future and get as detailed about it as you can and write about it. I write it down in my journal, right down to the smell of a flower, what it felt like to smell that flower. And then I do my exercise. Now, I'm not a gym person, never liked going to a gym. The thought of touching all that sweaty equipment, just no, I just don't like the whole, you know, atmosphere. So, but I do like rock and roll music and I do love to dance. So for 30 minutes, I'm up to 30 minutes now. I started at 10 minutes and worked my way to 30 minutes. I just dance. I put on my favorite music and I dance. And the best part of this is that the feeling that you have afterwards, the joy and I feel like I could conquer the world after that. And then I work for 2 hours every morning. I rearrange my work schedule so that I can work for 2 hours every day on my business. And then I start my day job. So, but through my research for holistic health, I found out about the healing powers of herbs. I found out the healing powers of spices. People don't realize that one of the best spices in the world is ginger and turmeric. I do a shot every single morning. I call it my ginger shot. It's ginger, turmeric, and cinnamon, and 8 ounces of orange juice. And I put it in one of those bullets so that it's really mixed up, and I drink it. What it does is it jumpstarts your metabolism. If you're a person that has a slow metabolism, you need to do this every day. It's like coffee on steroids, but without the jitters. And then I just eat totally different. My morning breakfast, I eat like 5 times a day now instead of three. So my metabolism is always running and always working. I have lost a total of 60 pounds since
Wow.
2018. Still got that last 30 to go. You know, that stubborn stuff that says, no, I'm not leaving you. You know, but and I didn't do anything, like no diet. There's no diet. No, I mean I have a sweet tooth. Love my sweets, but I go buy good quality sweets. You know, I buy organic dark chocolate, or there's a little bakery downtown where I live that makes gluten-free organic chocolate cake, and I'm telling you, it's like heaven. Went and bought myself one the other day for my birthday. So I eat lots of vegetables, lots of legumes.
Legumes. Yeah.
I just learned through my research about the healing factors of herbs, and a lot of these herbs and stuff, and or stuff that grows naturally right out my door. So I just
And
continue every day.
that is really inspiring that you grow your own food. I was really inspired. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, I've always been a really big gardener. I love working in the garden. There's nothing better than getting your hands in dirt. It grounds you with the earth, with the universe, the energy. So, growing my own vegetables, I used to have a huge garden, like an acre garden, tomatoes, and I did all the canning and all that stuff. But now that I live alone, it doesn't make any sense to have a garden like that because the food would go to waste. So I have a porch garden. I grow my own tomatoes. I grow my lettuce in clay pots. So I've just downsized it to a more personal thing. And then my herbs, I grow them right in my kitchen. I have a big kitchen window that gets the morning sun and they just love it. So fresh herbs and spices. Cayenne pepper. I never liked cayenne pepper, but it's amazing what it does for your body. I just, through my research, found how to eat that works for my body, that helps my body get back to its natural state. Now, I watched my A1C drop. When I first started, it was 8.6, which is deadly. And now it's perfectly normal. And I gradually got off the all of the medication. My cholesterol went down to 31 points from 285. So that was very quick. The cholesterol was the fastest because I changed my diet and I was on that medication. But I'm not on any medication anymore. I still test my blood every day because I don't want to find out a month from now I should have been doing something different. But my blood is between 80 and 90 every morning, and that's normal levels. And I'm not on metformin. I'm not taking any kind of medicine at all. Exercise. Before this, I didn't exercise on a daily thing. Now, if for some reason something happens that I don't get my exercise in, I feel like a fish out of water. It just doesn't feel right. So exercise is important along with, the meditation and the eating. It's all a big picture. It's all one solid piece. And at first it's tough. It's hard to push away that if you say your favorite food was, like, I used to eat at Chick-fil-A. I love their chicken strips. And it's hard to say, no, I can't eat that no more, but I don't eat that anymore. I just don't eat like that anymore. And that was hard at first. It was really hard. And I can't say I always was successful because, we're human creatures and we fall back,
Yeah.
but you can't punish yourself for it. You just move forward.
So, what kind of exercise do you do every day? Do you exercise every day, or there are some
Every
days?
morning I dance for 30 minutes. I just dance. And I suggest to anybody your exercise, whatever you choose for exercise, whether it be walking or running or going to the gym, whatever you do 30 minutes a day at least, every day. It helps your body relieve the stress. And before exercising, though, you need to do your proper stretches. That's real important too, especially when you get to be my age. Your muscles get, I've got arthritis in every joint, and I got the typical old thing that your body happens when you get old, and you have to keep on top of it every day. The stretching, the exercising, the moving. You got to move. You got to get up and move.
You said you work, so you work for your business 2 hours in the morning, and then you actually
Go to
go.
my
So,
Yeah.
in the scenario, how do you cook food at home, or do you prefer to choose food that is healthier and available in a cafe?
I don't eat out at all. My kids wanted to take me out for my birthday, and I said, "Well, come on over here and I'll cook for us," because you can't find I can't find food out there. It's just not. It's all chemicals. I mean, I'm just so dead set against the chemicals, and that's the whole thing behind the health problems in this country today, is the processed foods. I see it in little kids, obese little kids. When we were kids, there was nobody. When I look back in high school, there were no fat kids, but we went outside and played every day. There weren't computers or cell phones, or it's just a different lifestyle, and we're becoming a fat, lazy country. And health wise, that's why cancer is on the rise. That's why all of these diseases that people really don't have to have are rampant because of the lifestyle. And that's what I want to help people that are. One of the things I plan on doing when I do my business is they got to make me two promises. One promise is that they get their doctor involved. Okay. I'm not a medical doctor. I don't know nothing about heart or I don't know anything like that. And that's why your medical doctor should be involved. And if they don't want to, you need to find one that will. Number two is you got to be committed. I mean, I'm willing to help you do whatever you need to do, but it's got to become from you first. You got to want to change your body. You have to want to change the way you think and move and the foods that you're eating. You really have to want it, because I can't do it for anybody. They got to do it for themselves. But I want to be there to hold their hand and walk them through it. because I didn't know any of this stuff before this all happened. I didn't know it. And if you can go to someone that can help you, why not? And I'm now going on a week. Every week I go to a acupuncturist for my arthritis, and it's really made a big difference. So it's a process. It's a everyday process.
So, how did your relationships, friendships with family, has that changed after you changed your eating, how you eat, or has that become more beautiful? Or is there experiences you have?
I um I I don't have a huge circle. I have a very small circle in my life because a long time ago I made the decision that if you don't complement my life, you're not going to complicate it. And so, I mean, I know a lot of people. My circle used to be huge, but I've cut it back to the people that have been through there. They've been the light in the end of the tunnel for me. They're understanding. My best friend Kelly, she's the one that originally got me, I don't know, the organic food craze. She's been organic for a long time. So, and as far as my kids go, unfortunately, only my family lives all over the United States, so I don't have like back in the day when we were all together, I was they all came to my house for Thanksgiving and all that stuff. I don't have that anymore, so because they live so far away. One of my sons lives in Buffalo, New York. The other one lives in Indianapolis, Indiana. I have a sister in Buffalo and Colorado. I've got family in Washington and Oregon and California, Oklahoma. So it's not like it used to be. I have a very small circle, but that's okay because the word I'm at peace. That's what the important thing is. I'm at peace.
Beautiful. And I really want to know, is were there any some of the hardest part of your journey that you felt like, oh, this is so hard, and when you overcome that,
Food,
it was
food,
very food.
food. Yeah, I'm a pasta girl. You know, give me my plate of spaghetti, and I can't eat like that. I just can't eat like that anymore. The only pasta I eat now, it's made from chickpeas, and because my body took the starches and didn't digest them well, and that was the onset of the diabetes. From what I've learned about, you know, it isn't about the sugar. It isn't about the sugar at all. It's about your body's inability to turn starches. Your body turns starches into sugar, and it's your body's inability to get rid of that. That's the main cause of diabetes. Diabetes too. I'm not talking about, when you're born with or the pancreas that doesn't work at all. That's type 1 diabetes. So, but when you get diagnosed with diabetes, it affects your liver, your kidneys, your intestinal. So, as you go on with diabetes and continue with diabetes and it's unchecked, then you've got more damage to other organs because of the diabetes. So, and I didn't feel better with the medicine. So I figured I'm taking on these medicines. It's supposed to help me with this disease, but I feel worse. And I know there's a lot of people out there that can't agree with that. It's so something's got to change, and that's what started the journey. Is learning
Glad
about my disease.
Yeah, glad you said that, because I know so many people of my age or younger than me or older than me. They are taking medications and they feel bad, but they don't understand why it's happening to their bodies. Yeah, and unfortunately, I have learned from them that sometimes the people around them are not supportive enough, or they are lacking the consistency. So, do you have any helpful tips for them just in case how they can approach?
Well, I've had friends in the past say, "You can't. You're diabetic. You can't change that." They're feeding into the whole. I mean, you see the TV and the commercials, the diabetic medicines. They dance and sing about this wonderful pill, and they glamorize the fact that you got to take a pill for diabetes instead of our whole medical system is backwards. It's totally backwards. They won't pay like all of this holistic stuff that I'm doing and all that, they won't pay for that, but they'll pay for the pill. And that's just to me, it's backwards. The way I feel the way the whole medical system is set up is wrong. 100%. 100%. So that's why I did such a research to find doctors. I mean, I went and interviewed doctors and told them my main goal is to reverse my diabetes. Can you help me with that? And whatever their answer was, all right, thank you for your time. Have a good life. So it's important. And it's important for people to do that because your doctor needs to be involved with everything else that's going on in your body. You know, they are the professionals and you need to have their support. So, and I have she's been wonderfully supportive.
Wonderful. And what you're doing, it's really an example that age does not matter. If you have a
Age is
purpose
just a
driven,
number. Age
yeah,
is up here in your brain. Like when everybody finds out I'm 70 years old, they go, huh? What? Age
yeah.
is a state of mind. And it really is.
What do you love the most about supporting others in their journeys? Now you have so many clients, you are helping them. What is that part that you love the most?
It's seeing the joy in their face when they've reached a milestone. You know, when somebody has taken 750 milligrams of metformin, they're at the top range. They're just over, in one step over, and they're on insulin. Okay, it's seeing that lower and go down, and they're taking less medicine, and they're feeling better. They've got more energy. They're losing weight without even dieting. I mean, like I said, I eat five, 6 times a day, but I eat totally different. I start my day with a shot. Of course, I have to have my coffee. Okay, don't get in the way of my coffee, but it's organic. And then I have my shake, my morning shake, and it consists of a lot of herbs. Cinnamon's huge. Cinnamon is a wonderful, wonderful spice. Everybody should be eating tons of it every day. It helps your body naturally handle the glucose and your sugar levels. It's a natural fixer. And blueberries, like when anyone trying to beat diabetes too should stay with the berry group of fruit. They should stay away from the sugary ones at first. Your blueberries, your raspberries, your red raspberries, your black raspberries, strawberries. And I make a smoothie every morning, and that's my first breakfast. My second breakfast is I eat avocado toast. Now, they all say stay away from bread as a diabetic, but if you eat whole grain, organic, natural bread, it's fine. You need that whole grain. I eat a Dave's 7-grain bread and avocados. It's introducing, you need to have the fats as well as all the other stuff to produce together to get everything working correctly. But eat the good fats. Avocados are wonderful. Olive oil instead of vegetable oil. Proteins, good lean proteins. I eat red meat once a month because I love my tacos. But I eat, stay away from the flour. Use corn instead of flour. Things like that. It's just a simple changes in your life. And I eat a lot of fish. Wild caught though, never farm fed. Always wild caught. It's just a change. I think at first it was hard to give up those foods that are easy. Okay, it's to eat better took more input from me. So it takes self-love. It takes a lesson in self-love to actually love what you're doing to help your body instead of taking the easy way out. It's faster to just swing through the drive, right? And you don't have any dishes to do. But it's a different. You have to work hard at it. It's like I said, there were 2 things that I asked from people: is the commitment and to get their doctors involved.
Let's say if someone wants to, after watching this video, they are like, okay, I want to reach out to Teresa and get her as their holistic natural healer, and they want to reach out to you to get the help. How can they reach out to you?
Well, I don't have anything set up yet because I'm not to that point, but they can always reach out for me through Facebook. I'm on there, Teresa Anger. It's all you gotta do is search my name. Don't be surprised. They send me a message saying who they are and what they want because I won't answer. I won't answer just somebody saying, "Hey, I want to be your friend," because
Of course, yeah.
in the world there's just too many bad people. But I think for most people, once they start it and once they start seeing the changes that are happening in their body, their energy level, their frame of mind changes, that it becomes easier to stay committed to your self love. And I remind people is, you've got a lot of people in your life that you love and you take care of, but you should always be number one. We should always treat ourselves as the most important person on the face of the earth, because then we can give freely.
Yeah, beautifully said. Okay, we are at the end of our podcast. Is there anything else you want to recommend to our listeners who are curious about natural healing or your journey? Is there anything you want
Well,
to?
people should realize that we didn't always have the medical professions out there that we have today. And if you look back in history, people didn't have cancers and all of these ailments. They didn't have them. Ask yourself why. They healed themselves with what God put on the earth. Whoever your higher power is, He gave us a body that can heal itself. He naturally put things on earth that help heal people. It's in history. You can look it up. I have American Indian heritage in my family, and I've got recipes handed down through generations of generations. And that's all it was herbs and honey. I have a jar on my counter of honey and garlic. I have honey and onions. The garlic, anytime you're feeling sick, you just take one of those cloves out and you eat it, and you will feel 100% better the next day. Those are natural remedies that they've been using for hundreds of years. And you can keep a jar of honey on your shelf for 100 years and it never goes bad. So just there's a lot of little things that you can do in your everyday practice, everyday living, adding herbs and spices and eating correctly, and make it a celebration. That's what I tell people. Well, that's a lot of work. Well, celebrate yourself. Make it a celebration. This is and appreciate the aromas and appreciate everything, that the ability that you have to be able to make yourself this food. It's a different frame of mind. You just have to get into a different frame of mind. And that's where the meditation comes from. That's where turn the TV off and go work in the garden. Take the negativity out of your life as much as possible and bring in all the good stuff on what you read, what you watch, what you talk about. It's just a different way of living. I wish I would have done it 40 years ago.
Thank you for sharing all the insights, and happy birthday to you once again.
Oh, yes, 70 years old. Yay!
I'm so grateful that you gave your time and all the knowledge to us on your birthdays. I'm truly grateful to you. And I wish you a very happy birthday, healthy, and stay happy always. And I hope you are able to heal as many as people as you can. That's your mission, and I'm really looking forward for you to grow and help everyone.
There's something about helping someone. It's the best high anybody could ever get. Seeing somebody else happy. Yeah. In my book, that's my whole purpose. A smile on your face.